This GR is 240 kilometers long. It starts in Sarrebourg and ends in Belfort. So I just started this afternoon the GR 533 that is going across the Vosges. There are, I think, 4 different GRs going across the Vosges. That's one of them, and I've never been here before, so yeah, I'm very excited to explore this place. Alright, let's see. For some reason, instead of the traditional red and white marker, this GR has green markers. So this is a junction between the GR5 and the GR 533. I crossed paths with the GR5 actually a few times in the past few weeks, when I was on the Tour du Mont Blanc and when I was in Vosges. I was actually on the GR5 for a bit. It is time to eat that leftover cheese. It is looking pretty funky already, though it's not even that hot, but yeah, I guess it's not the best cheese to hike with, but it is really good. There is a saying about Vosges: there are only 2 seasons here, winter and the 15th of August. But not this year. There's a heatwave going on in France at the moment, and it's crazy hot even here. But I guess if you really want to hike during a heatwave, Vosges is a good pick, considering it's in the shade most of the time. Oh, it's been a pretty dry day. It is 6:30 p.m. and the last water source was early this morning, I think. I walked a few hours without water in the early afternoon, just when it was hot. And all the water sources I passed were dry, so I had to make a wee detour that was like 1 kilometer to find a source that was dripping. It wasn't flowing very strong, but it was flowing. So I have water now. And the bugs have been crazy. There's this kind of fly, I mean it's not exactly a fly, but it bites. Not quite sure what it's called in English, but it is really annoying. Hiking in Vosges is probably the closest thing to hiking in the Appalachian Mountains that you can find in France. There are not a lot of places here where you can hike for days and days in the forest. For tonight we have lentils, a carrot and some garlic. Nice to have some veggies for a change. I have a bit of a problem. My shoe got stuck on a root. I'll have to duct tape it and then sew it when I can find the time. got myself another cheese from Vosges, Munster, which is probably the most famous one. Not actually sure I had it before, and that looks like another cheese I need to finish today because it's crazy hot. And by the way, I managed to fix my shoes with some duct tape and it's working for now. If that's where the pretty girls are, let's go!